Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game could be full of exciting plays as we have two teams who can get up and down the field. The Browns are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Chargers, who will have to try and slow them down.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. First down, it's Taylor. And Green with a catch left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Now it's Taylor. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. 23 yards on the play. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, but
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Dobbs is throwing. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ferryman, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because of zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well. But I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, 2nd to last in the entire NFL. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. They go play action now. Taylor rolling to his right. And caught right side. Green. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Here's Taylor to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Green. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Play action. Now Taylor steps away. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Play action, it's Dobbs. Dancing to his left. They find some open field here. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Now Gordon on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Open man, it's Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 10, it's Taylor. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Off the play fake. Here's Taylor. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And this is going to be incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This one taken from the 7. Oh, good move. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Green. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action, it's Taylor. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather. Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much. Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field. He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and it had excellent pursuit to stack that play up. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one. And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now Dobbs. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Taylor going to try and hurry him to the line. They go play action with Taylor. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's got room. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Let's go. 190. 190. 52 to 5, boys. 52.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. On the right side, caught by Green. That one goes for 24 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Off-play action. Taylor. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Second down, Dobbs. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing here, Dobbs. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Collins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Taylor hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Taylor now off the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Dobbs now on second down. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Come on, let's go!
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Running right. It's a handoff to Gordon. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. 7 yards to go on second down.
Let's go! Black round! Black round! Come on, let's go! What? 90!
The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. second down, Taylor. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Play clock winding down. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A toss play, Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And the play clock's running down. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And some room to maneuver. There goes Melvin Gordon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Taylor. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the...
And now here's another interception. Desmond King picks it. There he goes right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And this one is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Going back to Landry. This time he's got him complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for our visitors, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew.
Grenading!